Hello students, today let us learn the poem called Grandma Climbs a Tree. Before understanding the poem, it's our duty to know about the poet. So let us have some information regarding poet. The poem was written by the well-known poet called Ruskin Bonds. He was born in Kaushali in 1934. Now he lives in Missouri. He wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, when he was 17. He has written more than 30 books for children. Grandma Climbs a Tree shows Bond's great ability to enjoy unusual events and actions. In his autobiography, Scenes from a Writer's Life, Bond talks about his Calcutta granny as a strange person who sat alone in the evenings playing Patience, a card game. The poem speaks about the childish habit of his granny. So poet explains the childish habit of his granny in this beautiful poem called Grandma Climbs a Tree. Now let us learn the poem by taking each stanza separately. Now let us study the stanza number 1. In stanza number 1, we learn the unique skill of poet's grandma. It means stanza number 1 focuses the unique skill of poet's grandma of climbing trees. Now let us have the difficult words which we get in the first stanza. First word is genius. That's noun here, which means very great and rare natural ability or skill. Climb, that's verb here, which means to go up or to go towards the top of something. Speed, that is verb here, which means to reach. Branch, which is noun here, that means one of the parts of a tree that grows out from the main trunk and has leaves, flowers or fruits on it. In a trice, that means very quickly or in a short time. Mind you, that's verb here, which means to be careful of or give attention to something. Childhood, that's noun here, which means the time when someone is a child. Gifts, that's verb noun here, which means a special ability to do something or a present. Lift, that's noun here, which means a device like a box which moves up and down, carrying people or goods from one floor of a building to another or taking people up and down ever since, which means continuously since that time. With the view of these difficult words, let us read the first stanza aloud. My grandmother was a genius. We would like to know why. Because she could climb trees, spreading or high. She would be up their branches in a trice. And mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she had had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. Now let us have the explanation of first stanza. Poet's granny was genius. Poet's granny was very intelligent. She could climb the trees easily. She was able to climb the trees very easily. She was able to reach the high branches of the trees very quickly. She could reach the top level branches of the trees without any difficulty. Poet highlights his granny's age when she last climbed the trees. She climbed the trees even at the age of 62 years. It was a God gift to her. Climbing the trees was a God gift to her. Her lovely brother had taught her to climb trees at the age of 6. It means she learned to climb the trees with the help of her brother. She had the habit of climbing the trees continuously since her childhood. She was very happy to be in a tree. So she experienced pleasure to be in a tree than being in a lift. Now let us learn the stanza number 2. In stanza number 2, we are going to study 2 points, which are advice given by the neighbors to Granny, Granny's reply to the advice of the neighbors. Now let us learn the difficult words which we get in second stanza. Go by, that's present tense. Past tense of go by is went by. Both are verbs here, which mean to move past in a space or time. Grow old, that's present tense. Past tense form of this verb grow old is grew old, which means to gradually become old. Gracefully, that's adverb here, which means politely or respectfully. Disgracefully, that's adverb here, which means impolitely or without having any respect. Agree, that's verb here, which means to accept. Now let us read the second stanza aloud. And now, as years went by, she would be told that climbing the trees should stop when one grew old, and that growing old should be gone about gracefully. She would laugh and say, well, I will grow disgracefully. I can do it better. And we had to agree. For in all the garden there wasn't a tree she hadn't been up at one time or another. Now let us learn the explanation. Let us learn the summary of second stanza. So in second stanza, we are going to learn the point called advice given by the neighbors to Granny. Her friends, family members and neighbors were very worried about the habit of Granny of climbing the trees. So they advised her to stop climbing the tree. As years passed, they reminded her that she had grown old. They asked her to live gracefully. Granny's response to the advice of the neighbors. When neighbors advised her to stop climbing trees, so what was the response given by the granny? That we are going to study in second stanza. She responded to the suggestion of her well-wishers negatively. So we should clearly understand that she didn't respond to the neighbors or well-wishers suggestion in a positive manner. Her reply was totally negative. She laughed at them. She told them of continuing her disgraceful life. She also informed them that she would climb the tree in a better manner. She continued to climb the trees disgracefully. She completely neglected the suggestion of her well-wishers. She completely denied the advice given by her well-wishers and continued the task of climbing the trees every day. She had climbed all the trees of Poet's garden. She didn't leave any single tree without climbing it. She had climbed almost all trees of the Poet's garden. Poet's family had to accept the words of Granny. There was no any other chance for Poet's family without accepting the words of Granny. So they accepted what the Granny told to them. Stanza number 3. Now we shall read and comprehend third stanza. In third stanza, we are going to study the 2 points again. Every day, so everybody worried about Granny. So Granny created a sort of worriedness in the minds of everybody. That we are going to study in third stanza. Next point is failure of Granny to come down from a tree. The difficult words that we get in third stanza are been, that's verb here, past participle of the verb be, used to mean visited, traveled or arrived. Next word Next verb is fear. That is verb here, which means to be frightened of something or someone unpleasant. Terrible, that's adjective here, which means very unpleasant or serious. Fall, that's noun here, which means when something moves down onto the ground or from a higher position to a lower position. Outcome, that means what actually happened. Outcome, the meaning of the word outcome is result. Now let us read the stanza number 3 aloud. She hadn't been up at one time or another, having learned to climb from a loving brother when she was 6. But it was feared by all that one day she would have a terrible fall. That one day she would have a terrible fall. The outcome was different. While we were in town, she climbed a tree and couldn't come down. Now let us have the summary of third stanza with the point called everybody worried about Granny. So Granny's this habit of climbing the trees created a sort of worriedness in the mind of everybody who was caring her, who were wishing for her. She had not left any tree without climbing in Poet's Garden. As we discussed in second stanza, Poet's Garden had many trees. So Granny had not left any single tree without climbing it. It means she had climbed all the trees which were present in Poet's Garden. That's why all family members of Poet's family made peace with the Granny. They had no any word to talk with the Granny with reference to the special habit of the Granny to climb the trees. So she hadn't left any single tree without climbing in Poet's Garden. She had learned to climb the trees from her loving brother at 6 years age. At the age of 6, she learned to climb the trees with the help of her loving brother. Her family feared about her dangerous fall. Her family members expected that she would definitely fall down from a tree, and they also feared a lot about the expected fall of the Granny from a tree. All feared that one day she would have a terrible fall. Outcome was different. The result, the thing that happened, was totally different. Something else happened. Next point that we are studying in this stanza is failure of Granny to come down from a tree. Once, Poet's family went to the town with the Granny. So Granny went to the town with her family members. There, she found a new tree and climbed it. Already we have noticed that Granny hadn't left any single tree in Poet's Garden in the village. Now the Granny went to the town with the family members. There she saw a new tree and climbed it. She couldn't control herself when she saw a new tree. So she immediately climbed it without having any thought. She couldn't come down. The problem happens there. That was that she was unable to come down from a tree that she climbed immediately. Now let us learn the stanza number 4. In stanza number 4, we are going to study the 3 points, which are rescue of Granny, doctor's advice to the Granny, relief felt by Poet's family, bed rest of Granny in her room for a week. So we are studying not 3 but 4 points in this 4th stanza. Those are rescue of Granny, Doctor's advice to the granny, a relief felt by poet's family, bed rest of granny in her room for a week. The difficult words that we get in this stanza are rescue. That's noun here, which means when someone in a dangerous situation is helped and made safe. Temperature, that's noun here, which means he measured the measured amount of heat in a place or in the body. The measured amount of heat in a place or in the body is called temperature. Strongly, that's adverb here, which means in a very serious way. Recommend, that's verb here, which means to suggest. Sigh, that's verb here, which means to breathe out slowly or noisily, expressing tiredness, sadness, pleasure, etc. Relief, that's noun here, which means a feeling of happiness that something unpleasant has not happened, or has ended. Tuck, that's verb here, which means to put something into a safe or convenient place. Poor, that's adverb here, which means deserving sympathy. Season, that's noun here, which means period. Hell, which is noun here, which means an extremely unpleasant or difficult place, situation, or experience. Or the place where some people are believed to go after death to be punished forever for the bad things they have done during their lives. Confine, that's verb here, which means to limit or restrict a person to be in a particular place. Breeze, which is noun here, that means a light and pleasant wind. Whisper, that's verb here, which means to speak very quietly using the breaths but not the voice, so that only the person close to you can hear you. Summer, that's noun here, which means the season of the year between spring and autumn, when the weather is warmest, lasting from June to September north of the equator, and from the December to March south of the equator. With a view of these difficult words, let us learn the stanza number 4. First, let us read it aloud. After the rescue, the doctor took Granny's temperature and said, I strongly recommend a quiet week in a bed. We sighed with relief and tucked up her well. Poor Granny, for her it was like a brief season in hell, confined to her bedroom, while every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. Now understand the meaning of this stanza. Here, we study the point called rescue of Granny. As we know that Granny climbed a tree when she saw a new tree in the town and she was unable to come down. Then family members immediately helped her come down from a tree and saved her from the danger. Next point that we study here in this stanza is doctor's advice to the granny. Granny was advised by the doctor. They means here the family members were immediately called the doctor. He checked Granny's temperature and advised her the bed rest for a week. So Granny was advised the bed rest for a week by the doctor who checked her temperature. Another point that we study here is relief felt by poet's family. As we know that poet's family was very worried about the granny at that moment when she was unable to come down, when she was rescued by poet's family. So when doctor advised her the complete bed rest of a week, the poet and his family got relaxed. They were very relieved when the doctor advised Granny the bed rest for a week. The poet and his family got relaxed. They felt happy that something bad hadn't happened to the granny. They were very worried about granny. They felt really pleasure that something bad hadn't happened to the granny. They sent the granny into the bedroom very safely. They completely sent the granny into a bedroom to take bed rest for a week. Bed rest of granny in her room for a week. That's another point that we focus in this stanza. Granny was sent to her bedroom to take bed rest for a week. So that granny started to live in that room. The bedroom of granny, that room became hell to her. That room didn't become very pleasant room to her. She didn't experience any happiness in that room which was given to her separately. So that room became a hell to the granny. The period of a week became totally problematic to her. The stay of granny in a week to take bed rest in that room so became very problematic to her. That room was not giving any kind of happiness to her. She experienced total problems in that room to be restricted to a separate bedroom. She was not allowed to go out. So she completely experienced unhappiness in that special room. She faced the torture of not going out of her room and climbed the trees. As we know, she had the special habit of climbing trees. She didn't live any day happily without climbing the trees. So she faced the torture, a certain kind of problem of not going out of her room and climbing the trees during her bed rest. Whisper of summer air and dancing leaves attracted her a lot and forced her to come out. The whisper of summer air and dancing leaves provoked her a lot to come out of her room and enjoy climbing the trees. She couldn't live happily and peacefully inside the room. She was unable to experience any kind of happiness and feel peacefulness in that room which was given to her to live separately for taking bed rest. Now let us move on to stanza number 5. In this stanza we are going to study the points such as reaction of granny after the bed rest for a week, demand of granny, response of poet's father for granny's demands. The difficult words that we get in this stanza are hold one's peace, that means to keep quiet, no longer, which means in the past but not now, undaunted, that's adjective here, which means without hesitation, duty, that's noun here, which means responsibility. Now let us read stanza number 5 aloud. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. Then she sat up and said, I will lie here no longer. And she called for my father and told him undaunted that a house in a treetop was what she now wanted. My dad knew his duties. He said, that's all right. You will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight. Now let us have the explanation of this stanza with the point called reaction of granny after the bed rest for a week. Here we learn how granny reacted or responded to the bed rest. So granny controlled herself till her recovery. Granny controlled her feelings and everything till she became very healthy. She kept silence till she became healthy. She got recovered after a week. She became healthy after the period of a week. She called her son immediately and told him clearly that she wouldn't stay in that room from that day. She completely told her son that she wouldn't stay or she wouldn't continue to stay in that room from that day. Next point that we learn in this stanza is demand of granny. She ordered poet's father to construct a tree house. She demanded for a tree house in front of her son. Next point that we study in this stanza is response of poet's father for granny's demands. So here we learn how father of poets responded to the demand of the granny to have the tree house. Poet's father knew his duties very well. He promised her of fulfilling her demands. He promised her of satisfying her demands. He told her of starting the work of building tree house that night only. He clearly told her that he would start the work of building tree house that night only. Now let us move on to stanza number 6. Here we study the 2 points. Those are fulfillment of granny's wish. Second one is granny's happiness to be in the tree house. Here we study these difficult words and their meanings. Assistance, that's noun here, which means help. Chore, that's noun here, that means task. Tray, which is noun here, which means a flat object usually with raised edges used for carrying food and drinks. State, that's noun here, which means a condition or way of being that exists at a particular time. Sherry, that's noun here, which means yellow or brown colored wine. Upholding, which means making clear to the word. Now let us read 6th stanza aloud. With my expert assistance, he soon finished the chore, made her a tree house with windows and a door. So Granny moved up, and now every day I climb to her room with glasses and tray. She sits there in state and drinks sherry with me, upholding her right to reside in a tree. Now let us have the summary of last stanza. Here we study the point called fulfillment of Granny's wish. Poet's father obeyed Granny's order and built a house on the treetop very quickly with the support of poet Ruskin Bond. So poet's father was a dutiful son. He immediately obeyed the order of Granny. He built a house on the treetop very immediately. He took the support of poet Ruskin Bonds for building a tree house for Granny. The tree house had windows and a door. The tree house, which was built by poet's father, was having a door and windows. Next point that we study here is Granny's happiness to be in the tree house. So here we learn how Granny enjoyed happiness when the tree house was made for her, when she climbed the tree house very immediately, what she expressed or exhibited to the total world that we are going to study in this stanza. Poet's Granny became very happy when she got a tree house as she demanded. She immediately climbed up the tree and settled there. Granny started to live there very happily. Poet supplied food to the granny with glasses and tray every day. Poet Ruskin Bond supported the granny to stay at the tree top in the tree house. He served food to the granny with the glasses and tray every day. He passed time and drank sherry with her on the tree top. Poet Ruskin Bond passed time with her and he drank sherry with her with his granny on the tree top in the tree house. Granny expressed the total word of her right to live in a tree. She exhibited the complete word of her right to live in that tree house on the tree. Poet tells the whole words about his granny's right to live on the treetop at the end of the poem. Poem ends with poet's statements about the right of the granny to live on the treetop. So here the poem ends. As we know that every poem brings a message for us that we should understand and implement it in our life. So in the same way, this poem also has brought the message that we study at the end of the poem. The message that this poem gives is we must take care of our elders. So we should take care of our elders. We should not hurt their feelings at any time. So we should not hurt the feelings of our elders at any moment. We must obey their orders. We must not try to neglect them. It's very important. So when elders become old, we start neglecting them. That should not happen in our life. So we should not neglect the elders, and we should not hurt their feelings at any moment. We should not ignore their ideas, words and wishes. It's our duty and responsibility to satisfy their desires. We must not do any harm to them. We should not do any harm to the elders. We should respect them always. We should give respect to the elders always. We must act according to our age. We should consider the good advice of the others positively. When elders give good advice to us, we should receive the advices very positively. We should not take the advice given by the elders in a negative manner. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like and share my video if you have enjoyed this video. Give your valuable feedback in the comment box. Thanks for watching my video patiently.